Welcome to Poetic Technique. Today I'd like to discuss how to make tension in your poetry. To approach this topic, you'll need to have done the reading for today. So if you haven't already completed the reading, go ahead and pause this video and come back. When I think of the term tension, I think of strain, conflict. We can have ideas that are in tension with one another, or you and we can be in tension with each other. I also think of the structural organization of a poem, how vertical tension is created by the constant question and response two-step that we dance down line by line as we read a poem. A thing is said, a thing is altered or responded to, expanded upon, or shut out. We've seen how this kind of vertical torque can be accomplished through poetic gestures, through those same gestures hacked up and split into different lines, through repetition, through intentionally paired images, images paired with rhetoric, and so on. Let's look again at some specific poems. Today I'm just going to state the title and the poet, then I'll tell you why I included it in this packet. After that point, I'd like you to see where you can spot strain and conflict, drama, or surprise. Okay? Not an Elegy for Mike Brown by Denez Smith is a person doing what they must despite their desire not to. The speaker elegizes while rejecting the need for elegy. They stage the poem in the setting of a dreadful thing and they decry that thing, that constant happening. Think, once a white girl was kidnapped and that's the Trojan War. Later, up the block, Troy got shot, and that was Tuesday. Pale Colors in a Tall Field by Carl Phillips. With the subject of the poem established, a space we never meant to leave but got torn away from, the poem constantly revises itself as its speaker grapples with the subject. What is the lived experience of being torn away from the space one was never meant to leave? Dream Song 1 by John Berryman. A confusing poem that, once the syntax is figured out, demonstrates strain in the structure of language and the communication of it, an indulgent playing, if you will, with parts of speech. Huffy Henry hid the day, for instance, foregrounds the verb's status as either transitive or intransitive. Henry hid, intransitive. Henry hid an apple, transitive and easy. Henry hid the day, impossible to make literal sense out of, but fun. Bullet Points by Jericho Brown. Dramatic situation established in the fact that the speaker would feel the need to say any of this, that such a speaker must exist. Torque between lines emphasized by enjambment. I will not shoot myself, pause, in the head, and I will not shoot myself, pause, in the back, and I will not hang myself, pause, with the trash bag, and if I do, if only the speaker would never have to imagine doing or having this done. Look at the line breaks. Look at, to shut my eyes like a man of God might. To shut my eyes like a man, as in, to think me a man, and to shut my eyes like a man of God, as in, obviously he isn't. Still, when I picture it, the face of God is a white man's face by Shane McRae. Tension achieved through simultaneous traceable narrative arc and heightened attention to sound, mainly through repetition. Tension in the acoustic quality of argument and performance, whether enacted or only heard in the mind's ear while read silently. Drama and situation. Good Bones by Maggie Smith. Repetition, argument, at least 50% terrible, though. For every bird, though. For every loved child, though. I'm trying to sell them the world, though. And so the end of the poem, how do we read it? You could make this place beautiful, though. To the Beast Angel by Eduardo C. Corral. All that glitters isn't music. Of course not, but now I'm listening. I didn't expect the poem to give me music when I turned to it, but now I know it won't. Or will it? Let's find out. Once hidden in tall grass, now I know I'm going to hear a story. Hopefully it makes sense out of glitter. Does it? Where I Went Afterward by Claire Walmenholm. Tension through argumentative structure. That, not like this. On Earth, that. This planet, not like that. Tense. I comb, I wade. I used to, but that was. I used to, but that was. I used to, but now. The Raincoat by Ada Limon. The Voltas. Weren't we talking about a spine? Wasn't there a tension with the spine? Wasn't there? And if there was, why are we talking about songs coming back from therapy? Why are we talking about therapy? Hello, Mom. Hello, singing. Hello, spine. And saying because the speaker thought Mom liked it. Hello, surprising truth is recollection that proves me ignorant as a child of the truer stuff of life. Hello, present moment where I still, in all likelihood, am very ignorant. My Husband Lost in the Wild by Jamie Ringland. Should have been in my lesson online. Why are any of these lines broken where they are, if not by intuition? How does this read if read by the breath? If we set it next to our Williams line exercise, do we see a similar tension? He said, full pause, he couldn't love me, not pause, really, not without full pause. His right eye, poem by breath, tension by line. 50 by Natalie Shapiro. How to write an imaginative narrative poem without any flop. Strict, precise collections of words on every line, and music, and words, music, line, flopless. That's it. That's me not really teaching you about tension, but pointing instead. Here, I have a finger. I've raised it and pointed at some poems, some parts of them. Now go do. See where the poems lack tension. Tell me where they flop.